Don't forget to like, subscribe and...
The first news for the day is FUNGA. What is this FUNGA? Why is it in the news? We might have known these terms, that is flora and fauna. Similarly, now we have FUNGA. So what is FUNGA? It is related to fungi. Okay. So why are they promoting this particular term? Those details we must have to understand. FUNGA. Recently, United Nations Biodiversity, it is a conference. It has urged people globally to use the word FUNGA whenever they say flora and fauna. So whenever people are going to use the terms like flora and fauna, they are advised to use this term FUNGA along with it. Why? To highlight the importance of fungi. So that is the reason, because fungus plays an important role in an ecosystem, or it is an important part of a ecology, a biodiversity. Okay, so UN Biodiversity urged to use the word FUNGA, and in its own words, it is saying that it is time for fungi to be recognized and protected on an equal footing with animals and plants in legal conservation frameworks. So fungi must also be given equal recognition and protection along with animals and plants in all legal conservation frameworks. This is the main objective of bringing this proposal. Next is this the first time that such a term is given a push? No, even earlier, Species Survival Commission of IUCN has announced that it would use mycologically inclusive language. What is mycology here? Mycology means scientific study of fungi. Mycology. So what this commission has said, it said that it would use mycologically inclusive language in its internal and public facing communications, and to incorporate fungi in conservation strategies with rare and endangered plants and animal species. Generally, IUCN is concerned about endangered plants and animal species. Now they are saying, in this commission, they have said even mycologically inclusive language will be used. Okay, which means even fungi will be taken as an important component for conservation strategies. Next, there would be no life on earth without fungi. For example, you have yeast, mold and mushrooms, and they all play a critical role in decomposition and forest regeneration, mammalian digestion, carbon sequestration and global nutrient cycle and antibiotic medication. So all these applications we will see in detail in upcoming slides. We know that there are 6 kingdoms of life. What are they? Animals, plants, fungi, protista, eubacteria and archaebacteria. Archaebacteria is the oldest bacteria. Okay, so these are the 6 kingdoms of life. So in this we can observe that fungi is itself a separate kingdom. Okay, and it is distinct from plant and animal. So these are the important characteristics of fungi. Let us understand it in detail. Fungi or fungus is a diverse group of eukaryotic microorganisms. What is eukaryotic? Eukaryotic means the one which has true nuclei and membrane bound cell organelles. So there must be membrane bound cell organelle, and then it will be complex. The organelles will be complex and it will also be having a true nucleus. Only then it is eukaryotic. The opposite of this is prokaryotic. The best example for prokaryotic would be bacteria. Okay, so fungi, it is a eukaryotic organism and it belongs to their own biological kingdom. As we saw in the previous slide, fungi itself is a biological kingdom which is distinct from plants, animals and bacteria. Okay, next, it is a heterotrophic organism. Okay, the second characteristic is it is heterotrophic. What is heterotrophic? Heterotrophic is opposite of autotrophic. Autotrophic means the organisms which produce their own food is called as autotrophic. But here heterotrophic means They are primarily decomposers and saprophytes. So they do not produce their own food, but then they depend on other animals for their food. And what are saprophytes? Those organisms which obtain nutrients by absorbing organic matter from their surroundings. Those are called as saprophytes. So those organisms which absorb organic matters from their surroundings and then they extract nutrients from them. Okay, such organisms are called as saprophytic organism, and fungus are saprophytic. Next is they secrete enzyme. So you have this organic matter, but then there are chances that the organic matters are complex in nature. So it has to be broken down into simpler, smaller components. Okay, so to convert it into simpler substances, they secrete enzymes, and these enzymes will break down the complex organic compounds, and these simpler substances are easily absorbed by these fungi. So that is the role of enzymes here. Okay, so these are the characteristics of fungi. So they are eukaryotic, they are heterotrophic, and then they secrete enzymes for absorption of nutrients. Next, what are the benefits of fungi? Nutrient cycling. Fungi can convert nutrients to make them accessible to plants. Okay, so they are decomposers. Why they are decomposers? Because they are going to break down organic matter, thereby enhancing nutrient cycling and soil fertility. So the organic matter is broken down and then the nutrient cycling is done efficiently with the help of this fungi, and it also paves way for soil fertility improvement. Okay, next, carbon cycling and climate regulation. How is it going to help in carbon cycling? Same thing here. They are going to decompose organic matter and then they are acting as soil carbon storage. They help in soil carbon storage and cycling carbon from dead plants. So how is this going to be done? They form a symbiotic relationship with plant roots. Okay, so what is symbiosis? When an organism is in a long-term relationship with another organism of a different species and then they coexist mutually, that is called as symbiosis. So by forming a symbiotic relationship with plant roots, they are going to achieve this carbon cycling, and the best example for this is mycorrhizal fungi. Mycorrhiza is the fungus name, and it is also called mycorrhizal fungi. Okay, so it forms a symbiotic relationship with plant roots which will aid in nutrient uptake. Okay, how is this nutrient uptake is done? By decomposition of organic matter. Okay, so this is one benefit. Another thing is fungi as food. Yes, it has numerous beneficial applications. First thing is yeast. We are using yeast in baking and brewing, and we also have antibiotics produced from fungi. The best example for that is penicillin. And then some fungi like mushrooms and truffles, they are edible and they are prized in cuisines. And then there are other molds. Molds are also fungi which are used in cheese production. So all of these will form part of food. Okay, so fungi is also used as food. Next is environmental protection. How is fungi going to help environmental protection? Like we already saw, it helps in decomposition or degradation. Degrade what? Pollutants are getting degraded. So when pollutants are degraded, it is obviously beneficial to the environment. So this is how it is going to help environmental protection. So they help degrade various pollutants from the environment like plastic and other petroleum based products, pharmaceuticals and personal care products, and also oil. Okay, so when these pollutants are degraded, it is going to help the environment. So these are the benefits. So we saw the benefits of fungi. Are there any harmful effects or negative effects of fungi? Yes, there are. First thing is human and animal disease. It causes variety of disease in human and animals. The best example for that is athlete's foot, which is caused by dermatophytes, and then ringworm, histoplasmosis, aspergillosis. These are the common diseases which are caused by fungi. And there are certain fungi which causes which releases toxic compounds known as mycotoxin. So wherever you see the term myco, then it is related to fungus. So we also saw mycology, right? Mycology is study of fungi. So similarly, mycotoxin means toxins released by fungus, and when these toxins are contaminated in food, then it may lead to health problems when consumed. Next is crop and plant diseases. Not only human and animal diseases, even crop and plant diseases are caused by fungal pathogens, and the best example for that is rust, powdery mildew, and then fungal blights. These are the best example for crop and plant disease caused by fungus. Next, there are also allergic reactions because of fungal spores. So what are spores here? Actually, fungi reproduce through an asexual mode of reproduction with the help of spores. Okay, so these spores are actually allergens. In few people, it causes allergy. So in indoor environments with high humidity, these spores causes or triggers allergies and respiratory problems. And the conditions like allergic rhinitis, allergic bronchopulmonary aspergillosis are associated with fungal allergens. So fungal spore is an allergen. So these basic statements must be there in your mind. Okay. Next, biodegradation of material. It also causes biodegradation of material. When it is going to cause biodegradation of pollutants, then that is useful to the environment. But if it is going to cause biodegradation of useful material, then it is a problem here. Okay, so it can break down materials such as textiles, leather, and paper. Okay, so if they are not properly preserved and stored, then it may be detrimental to these materials. So that is how it is going to affect the materials. Okay, biodegradation of materials. So these are the important things about fungi which we must know. Okay.